Okay, this is the follow-up video. My previous video was just playing you through the audio from Max Verstappen's car from the moment in time Nicholas Latifi crashed. So you heard all the interactions between Red Bull and Max Verstappen during those last 5 laps of the race under the safety car, and then that last manufactured lap, followed by all of the celebration lap and the interactions that were going on there. This video is going to be the analysis of that and putting into context what was going on. If you haven't already watched that video, please do so. The importance of that is you making your own mind up, analysing it yourself, hearing it without any interruptions, and giving you a better perspective of what was going on. And then perhaps come and watch this one and listen to what I'm going to say. So, I'm going to tell you this. We've not heard anything for the last 5 laps from, is it Giampiero Lambiase? That's what we keep being told this lad's name is. That's the Red Bull race engineer for Max Verstappen. With 21 laps to go of the race, when Max pitted for these fresh, hard compound tyres that he's now on, when he pitted in that under that virtual safety car, we had 10 laps go by where Max was getting lap by lap updates as to the margins between himself and Hamilton, whether he was gaining or not, what brake balance settings to set on his car, what engine modes he needed to be in to extract the maximum performance out of that car. We then get on the global feed the Christian Horner speaking to Crofty interview, and Horner is declaring that he needs a miracle and some help from the racing gods. And then we cut back to Max's car, and for 5 laps it's pretty much radio silence. The only information given to Max is that he is going to get blue flags for 4 cars that are ahead of him, and that was all that was given to him in those 5 laps. Now we get the strap-on fanboys that like making their comments with all of the insight that they have, and they make the claims that, oh well, they didn't want to demoralise Max because he wasn't gaining ground, so Max was in the zone anyway, he didn't need the information. It's a silly suggestion to suggest that Red Bull should be talking to Max at that. They didn't want to distract him. All of these excuses, all of these reasons. But the context is this. What is the budget for Formula One? What is the cost cap? Is it something like 125 million? Is that pounds or dollars? Whatever it is. We'll find out. We'll get it accurate. But bear in mind, let's say it's 125 million pounds that you are effectively paying to enter a competition. And you want to win it. Because if you win it, you get prize money. And you get the kudos for winning the competition that you've set out to achieve. What we do know from the figures that I read in the past is that when Mercedes won the Constructors' Championship for 2021, I believe their prize money was $177 million. And Red Bull's prize money for finishing second was $100 million. It's a significant difference. Now, whether those figures would have been the same had the positions been reversed in the Constructors' Championship, I don't know, because some people have suggested that the Mercedes prize money was based on like a multiplier effect for winning consecutive championships. However, what we do know is there is money associated with where you finish in the championship. There is certainly kudos. You do not chuck your hand in with only 5-10 laps of the season to go when you are still in with a chance. You don't invest all that time and energy, the lives of many people, all pulling in the same direction to achieve a goal. You don't give that up if you've still got even an outside chance with just 10 laps of the season to go. But with 10 laps of the season to go, there didn't appear to be any communication from that Red Bull pit wall to Max Verstappen. They weren't trying to influence him, giving him the best information to put that car in the best modes to extract the best lap times out of it. That to me is strange. Doesn't prove anything, I'm just saying it's strange. I played in my previous video showing in between those, there's about 15 laps between the virtual safety car, the pit stop, and when we hear that Latifi's crashed. So I've gone through that. This is the bit explaining from the moment that they declare there's yellow flags and Latifi's put it into the wall at turn 14, what you hear. Now, again, context. You are competing for a world championship. You've gone into this race level on points. You know if you finish ahead of Hamilton, you win the world championship. What would likely to be a lifelong ambition for anybody who wants a career in motorsport. The notion of becoming a Formula One world champion would be a childhood dream of those people who are privileged enough to be able to get into that sport. Now, with 10 laps to go, you look at the pattern of the entire race, it is not looking likely. It is not looking likely at all. We are at a stage where with 5 laps to go, or just over 5 laps to go, at this stage, he's at turn 8. So let's say there is half of a lap to go. There are 5, this is on lap 53. So there's this half of a lap, and then 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. 5.5 laps of the season, of the championship remaining. He's 12 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. He's not catching Lewis Hamilton. All is pretty much lost at this moment in time. There doesn't look to be any way that Max Verstappen has a chance in that 2021 World Championship. When a crash happens and there is a safety car, it can mean one of two things. Either you've got a chance, or any slim chance that you did have is now written off, because that incident has effectively ended that race, because that race will not restart before that incident has a chance to be cleared up. So that either cements your position in second place, or it presents you with an opportunity, the possibility that it might just present you with an opportunity that you were definitely not going to get. This might be your one and only chance. Now, being a competitor in a sport, you want to be optimistic and say, okay, we don't know the outcome at this stage, but you know what? This might be our chance. This might give us the opportunity that we need. This could produce a safety car, and if they get it cleared up in time, this might give us that one chance to actually have a chance of racing Hamilton to see if we can still win this World Championship. That is the mindset that you would have to be in if you were competing in this race at this moment in time. If you're not in that mindset, if you want to present something else, you're not a sportsman, so you don't understand what you're talking about. If you don't understand that this is the situation now, we are 5.5 laps of the season remaining, 5.5 laps. You effectively look like you are down and out with no chance whatsoever, and this is one of two things. It either means the season is over and that's it, okay, or it means this could be that one and only chance, and you've got to grasp onto that, and you've got to say, you know what, this could be it, right? Let's see what we can do, and let's just hope, because this could be your chance. This could be your chance. So, with that in mind, let's play through some of this and see if the conversation and the reaction of the Red Bull team is congruent with that situation and the emotions that would be running through every competitor that was in that position. And when I say competitor, I'm talking about the driver and the team that are potentially facing that scenario with that potential opportunity. Anyway, let's play some of this through.
Max, there's a yellow flags at turn 14. Latifi's completely in the middle of the road, debris all over the shop.
Okay, so he got that and then he's just come around turn 9. Okay, so obviously the cars in front of him have all slowed down because they've got the message that it's yellow flags and all the cars are slowing.
Safety car deployed, Max. Safety car deployed.
Quite calm. Quite calm. When this situation could give rise to a massive chance for you, this is quite a calm reaction.
Dash positive.
And a slight delay in actually communicating that. Again, doesn't mean anything in isolation. I'm just saying, look at the big picture. When you listen to the audio of the other drivers, often what you hear from their engineer is saying, safety car, delta positive, recharge on. Okay, that appears to be the standard guidance given to the drivers by their engineer when these sorts of incidents happen. It seems very lethargic and very measured from Red Bull.
So say, keep tight around turn 14. Keep tight around turn 14.
So I just showed you there that Nicholas Latifi's car had crashed, so this is where we are on track.
Box and pit confirm, please, Max. Box, pit confirm. Strat 12 in pit lane. Okay, strat 8. Strat 8.
Now, some would congratulate them for being as cool as a cucumber when just giving Max the instructions there. I think for many of us, if we were part of that sporting team presented with a opportunity that we didn't think was going to ever emerge, I think we might be a little bit more excited at the prospect of what may be possible. Doesn't appear that that emotion is present. Now again, in isolation, it means nothing. Okay, it might be that he's just a emotionless, matter-of-fact guy. Not a problem. I'm just talking about these scenarios and what you would expect to be congruent behavior if you were in this situation. Again, what you need to understand from this video is that this analysis doesn't mean anything in terms of it proves nothing. It's not going to be used in a court of law. Okay, we don't need to. Okay, the bits that prove the corruption aren't this. This is just demonstrating to you Red Bull's conduct in this situation. And when you see what Red Bull did, you can question it. Or those with the willingness to question it will question it. Those that don't want to question it will find ways of validating it. That's what we've already seen in the previous videos. That's what they'll continue to do. But those of you that actually understand the mechanics of what is going on, you'll see what I'm saying.
Safety car's just picked up Hamilton.
So Max has been released from the pits. Max is now going to be on his lap 54, okay, which means he's got the remainder of 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. He's got 4.5 laps remaining, or 4 and a bit laps remaining. All the lapped cars need to be released by the end of lap 56. Lap 57 can be the mandatory safety car lap, and that's the only way you'll go racing. This is the situation as it stands, okay? If I was Max Verstappen, if I was second in that race, knowing that I needed to beat the guy in front of me to become a world champion for the first time ever, I'd be a bit excited at this moment in time. I'd want to know what was going on. I would want to know what was happening, what was the situation, what was the likelihood of this thing restarting, and what was being done to ensure that the best chance of it restarting was going to give me my chance. Okay? As a competitor in a sport, that would be my feelings, my reaction to doing that.
So just following your dash. Safety car currently at turn 7.
How many laps remaining?
There's 4 laps including this one.
And the race engineer gets that wrong, because actually it's 4 laps after this lap that he's on. This is his lap 54, and when we go past turn 14, you will see that it's not the lap where the crane is taking Latifi's car off the track, because that's lap 55. So you'll see this on lap 54. It's the lap where all of the fire extinguisher white powder is creating that smoky cloud around Latifi's car. See, right there. Okay, by now, Alonso's already asked if he can unlap himself. So if you've seen that Alonso is a snake video, this is where Alonso's asking to unlap himself already. This is the man that's going to be affected by it. He's not asked for that yet. Alonso was asking though. See, that was lap 54 that took place. So once he completes the end of this lap, 55, 56, 57, 58. So when he comes around turn 14 next time, it's where the crane is taking Latifi's car off. That's on lap 55. When he goes around the following time, lap 56, which is the lap on which those lapped cars need to be released, it's when he goes by and the marshals are jumping over the barrier. At that point in time, with the lapped cars not released, that dictates a safety car finish. So that's the situation. That's what we know. Bear in mind the communications you hear as this goes through.
Could I have mode 3 for now, please, Max? Mode 3. Just keep working the tyres. Keep working the tyres.
Well, there's quite a long period without any communication. Personally, if I was Max Verstappen, I'd want to know what was going on. What's happening? Is this getting cleared up in time? Are we likely to get any more racing in this race? Am I going to have a chance to win the World Championship? These are the things that would be going through my head as a sports competitor. Am I going to have a chance here? What's going on? Keep me informed. Come on, I want to know. I want to know.
Okay, so the Williams is on a crane that's being moved out of the way now, but still stay hard left through 14.
Okay, so you can see the crane right ahead, removing the car. That's on lap 55. So the situation is, when we complete this lap, we're near the end of this lap, we'll be then on lap 56. That is the key lap. Those lapped cars need to be released so that then lap 57 can be that mandatory safety car lap. That's the only possible way that Max Verstappen is going to get a chance at being able to challenge Lewis Hamilton for this World Championship. That's the only possible way. That's the only possible way. Right? So, do the communications reflect that? Is the urgency in Max Verstappen's voice reflecting that? And does the information coming from Red Bull reflect that? Okay, the conversation you're about to hear is Max Verstappen talking. When was the last time you heard Max say anything? When was the last time you heard Max inquire about what was going on and hear any urgency in his voice? You know, that either excitement or panic as to whether he was going to get an opportunity to achieve his lifelong ambition. This conversation takes place down the big long straight between turn 5 and turn 6. So when you look at tracker view, it's the one at the top of the screen, the big long straight. What then happens to this is F1 TV edit it. They take out the gaps between the different people speaking, and they replay it back to the world on the global feed when Max Verstappen is approximately, he's rounded turn 9 and he's around about at turn 10 of the track, going through 11, 12. This is played back to the world, what you are about to hear now. But pay attention to the gaps and compare that with how you have heard this previously.
These back markers need to get out of the way. They should unlock themselves.
Yep, they will once that message comes through.
In fact, I think I jumped the gun there. That bit where he's saying that needs to happen. This is the part where he's now rounding turn 5. Remember, there's a 6-second lag, so this is the conversation that takes place from around about this point, going down that back straight, where he gets informed that the lapped cars are not going to be released.
Okay, so stay online, Max. Those lap cars are now being allowed to overtake. Stay online, let them go off the racing line. Sorry, cancel that. Lap cars will not be allowed to overtake.
Yeah, of course. Typical decision.
It's classic.
I'm not surprised.
So, if you were in that championship, if you were second in that race, and you wanted a chance to win the World Championship, would that be your response? My response would be, what's going on? Why aren't they able to overtake? I would want answers. I would want to know what was thwarting my opportunity to have a chance of overcoming my opponent in the closing stages of that race. I would want to understand what it was that was doing that. Because you can't restart racing with lapped cars in situ. So what that effectively means is if the lapped cars aren't being released and they're not released by the end of this lap, it means it's a safety car finish, and it means that that cements the championship result. That cements Max Verstappen in second place. So Max's only hope is that those cars get released later on this lap, or that in those final 2 laps behind the safety car, Lewis Hamilton suffers a mechanical failure or puncture. That would be Max's only chances. So I would certainly be communicating with my team to say, well, are they going to be released this lap? What's happening? What is happening? So this is lap 56 as they're going past the Latifi crash site, and the marshals in the orange overalls are jumping over the barriers. This was the reason why the lapped cars were not released, because the clerk of the course had not declared the track safe, so therefore the race director could not give that instruction. With marshals on the track, the clerk of the course cannot declare that racetrack clear and safe. So until he does give that order, which can't be until after this safety car snake has passed this site and he'd have double checked the barriers and confirmed everything was okay, then and only then can he hand back to the race director for the race director to begin that unlapping procedure, which is a mandatory requirement of that safety car procedure. The earliest that could have taken place was on lap 57, and there follows a safety car lap, which is mandatory, which dictates that that race is a safety car finish. Every team knows that. We're about to go on to lap 57. Without that unlapping procedure done, racing cannot restart with lapped cars in situ. What that means is, effectively, barring incident for Hamilton, it's the end of the championship. Let's see if the communication from Red Bull to Max reflects that.
Keep working the tyres on.
So this message took place as he's commencing lap 57. And we know lapped cars haven't been released. And therefore, if they're released on 57, 58, it's a safety car lap. It's a safety car finish. And he gets the message to keep the tyres warm. This is effectively season over, barring incident for Hamilton.
Plenty of break time.
Are they saying, mate, this looks like it's going to end behind the safety car? You know, unlucky, it's been a tremendous effort, tremendous season. It was touch and go whether it would restart. You know, you were 12 seconds behind with 5 laps to go, and it wasn't happening. But it, you know, that safety car's paid to everything, and this looks like it's going to end like this now. But keep going. You never know. We can only hope that something fails on Hamilton's car, but otherwise, great effort, mate. But this is how it's going to be.
I think all the cars ahead of you are going to pass Hamilton. Everybody behind you will stay in position.
So, this is the situation. What have you heard from Max Verstappen from the moment Latifi crashed? Have you heard him inquiring about what the situation is? You've heard him say the few things that F1 TV used to present to the world that Red Bull were being hard done by, but there was still a chance of some sort of racing end to this situation. Did you see authentic excitement or concern from Max Verstappen, a competitor in with a chance of winning his first World Championship, where the possibility of something emerged out of nowhere? The race was already lost, and there seemed to be a glimmer of hope. Did the interactions reflect that scenario?
Yeah, so everybody up to Vettel are allowed to overtake Hamilton. Safety car is in this lap, Max. Mode 1 and Strat 1.
Oh, we're back with the engine modes, and with that gone silent on them for quite a while.
Mode 1, Strat 1. And B-bal offset when you need it. B-bal offset. This is it, mate. This is it.
This is it. Very calm.
Just think about your tools you need. Safety car turn 14. Remember, you're racing from the line. Safety car turn 15.
all these people that think Hamilton had a obligation to hit the apex at Cops Corner at Silverstone, did Max have an obligation to hit that apex there at turn 5 at Abu Dhabi?
Watch the weaving. Watch the weaving. Stay online now.
Okay, the audio was very bitty there, but he was telling Max to watch the weaving.
Okay, press and hold the overtake. Press and hold the overtake.
Again, note there's a race engineer giving Max the guidance to extract the best performance out of that car. Something that he was strangely silent about for 5 laps. And the 5 laps I was talking about is from 11 laps out with 6 down to 6 remaining. This was before the crash. And to be fair, the interactions during that safety car period seemed far less frenetic than those communications of the other teams.
Just easy through turn 14.
Okay, you've just heard Giampiero Lambiase's voice. Compare that voice with what you then hear.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God!
Is that Giampiero Lambiase's voice saying, "Oh my Lord, Max"? Don't know whose voice that is. It doesn't sound the same to me.
Yes! Oh my God!
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion!
Mate, you absolutely deserve it!
And here we go. Straight away, we're into the fully deserved narrative. The fully deserved narrative. And the you had no luck. You had no luck. Everything was against you. You fully deserved it. Straight away. Immediately.
You absolutely deserve it. You've had no luck. Not the rub of the grip. Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Max, we are so proud of you.
Oh my God, guys. I love you so much.
You have driven like a champion all year. You deserve that. We needed a bit of luck. You got it. You made it happen. And we love you. We absolutely fucking love you.
Now, as somebody that's a bit more experienced in life than Max Verstappen is, and as somebody who's played a lot of sport, there is no way that I would value that sort of victory. No way whatsoever. You know whether you've accomplished something of value, and you know when things aren't right. When things aren't right, they have no value. It's not a victory, it's hollow.
It is unbelievable, guys. Can we do this for another 10, 50 years together?
Wait, honestly. Stay on track, please, Max. Stay on track. Fail 84. Mate, the whole season, they tried to bring you down. Oh yeah, the one piece of luck. One piece of luck.
Well, came down to the last lap. Unbelievable.
The whole season they tried to bring you down, Max. They tried to bring you down, yeah. They let you off with running Lewis Hamilton off track at Brazil. They let you off with running Lewis Hamilton off track at Saudi. They effectively let you off for brake testing Lewis Hamilton at Saudi. They let you off with effectively Monza. They let you off with the chicane incident earlier before he took Hamilton out at Monza. With Spain. Oh, all season they were against you, Max. You didn't get the rub of the green at all. You just got this one bit of luck, Max. You just got this one bit of luck. A bit of luck? Let's just replay that as if this was a bit of luck. They've just contrived this for you, knowing the outcome that it would achieve because they knew the relative situations of the car before they set that up.
Mate, the whole season, they tried to bring you down. Oh yeah, the one piece of luck. One piece of luck.
Well, came down to the last lap. Unbelievable.
You enjoy this, mate.
I stay on track.
Stay on track, Max. Do what you need to do.
So that's the end of that video in terms of the audio from Red Bull. Think about the notion of congruency. Does the behaviour, does the conduct of the individuals involved in that situation correlate to the context of that situation and what was unfolding in that situation? And the strap-on fanboys will just say, yeah, they were just super professional and they only gave Max the information he needed to know, and Max just showed you what a true professional he was because he's so focused, and all the excuses that they'll find the justifications that they will want to find in that. But anybody that is authentic will not just look at this video, they'll look at this video and go, okay, well, you maybe have a point there, but on its own doesn't mean anything. You know, you can't just analyse a conversation between Max Verstappen and his race engineer and say, oh yeah, you can definitely tell they fixed it. No, you can't. You can't tell that they fixed it from that. No, you can't. But when you look at the full picture, the full context, whereby it's down and out, a crash happens, and from the moment that crash happens, everything is wrong. Every reaction from every team is wrong. Every interaction between every team and their driver is wrong. The footage that F1 TV show the world on the global feed is wrong. What is spoken about by Brundle and Crofty is wrong. What Michael Massey does to restart that race is wrong. The strap-on boys will jump up in the comment section. Go and read the FIA report, strap-on fans. The FIA admitted that an error was made. It was wrong. The 4 stewards were corrupt. that appeal after the race was entirely wrong. Every presentation by the media I've evidenced to be wrong. I've ripped every presentation done by Sky Sports and every other member of the media to be wrong. So when you factor in these, and there's more to come as well, when you factor in all this, and then you put into that context what you have just witnessed, you will see that Red Bull's involvement in this was far from the notion of Red Bull did nothing wrong. Far from that notion. Because what is right in that situation, what the rules dictate in that situation, are not reflected in that communication between Red Bull and Max Verstappen. The magnitude of that situation is not reflected in that interaction between Max Verstappen and Red Bull. It just isn't. So, that'll do for this one. More to come as and when I get a chance. As I say, I'm experiencing internet issues at the moment, which is impacting the number of videos I can get to upload and how frequently I can do it. But there will be more to come. So, I wish you all a happy new year. Not so much the turds that just come here to troll. They know who they are. But they'll continue to do what they do. The rest of you, good people, wish you all the best for 2024. And yeah, let's hope that 2024 can be the beginnings of some changes in this world. Take care.